This is a request we've had from Mr. Chris Hamby, who is a local businessman in the town centre, to complete the development of the High Street premises there. There was initially there was a loan facility made available to Mr. Hamby in 2011 to regenerate that area of town where at that time was in a particular state of disrepair. This is a new request to complete numbers 25 to 29A, which is a former Georgian townhouse on High Street. There's been a couple of problems that he's had to confront over the last couple of years since that initial loan facility was made available, predominantly being unforeseen circumstances. For instance, when we made the loan available to him in 2011, we had a particularly bad winter that year, which actually the premises that he wasn't working on at that time came under another hammering from the weather, which obviously costs even more to bring them back into use. So there's a couple of options here. Option one is to do nothing, and I don't think, given the commitment that the council made 3 years ago to prioritise that area of town for development, that's not an option that we'd support. And option two is to make a loan facility of £300,000 available with £190,000 grant. Now, this is in the context of the wider regeneration of the town, where we're being recognised nationally for our efforts. You know, we was the council that spearheaded the Vitality Grant Scheme, which now has seen over the last couple of years retailers from a broad range of offerings come to the town centre with incentives from this council, and then it was recognised by Mary Porter's national scheme on retail and town centres, where we actually secured £249,000, which was the most we could access through that particular fund to support existing businesses who obviously made a commitment to the town centre and been here for a number of years. That's also compounded, I think, in the positive work that has been done working with retailers, and there's a dedicated structure in there under the LSP called the Rotherham Voice, which meets on a bi-monthly basis, which is the council talking direct to retailers in Rotherham to identify areas where the council can assist them and make their lives a little bit more easier. So I think this is something that the council is happy to do, and I'm sure that Mr. Hamby will get the work done, and it will look even better when all of the work is done, if it doesn't look fantastic at the moment anyway. So I think option two is the one being recommended, Chair.
And if people want to remember, if they can remember, one of the reasons why we actually went to work with Mr. Hamby and loaned the money was in order to be able to draw down, I think it was £750,000 environmental grant that we looked like actually losing at that particular time. So the last thing that we need to be doing is after we've done that, right, and it's found out that it's taking more than what we're actually put here, would be to cut it off. So option two is the right decision. But at the end of the day, let's not forget, people forget that we make money out of this. It's not giving the money away, it's loaning the money, and we get interest back on that. So we're actually making money on it. And one of the things that we've done in the past is we've always said that if we can actually help businesses, right, by using our prudential borrowing, then we'll do that. And our people will not loan anybody any money unless there's actually cover that can be drawn if something goes wrong. So at the end of the day, it's not loan without any guarantees in any way, shape or form. Right, I'm assuming the buildings will be involved in this. If you can't do it, then we get the buildings, which we haven't got at this point in time, which could actually then be sold as an asset. So option two is the only one that we can actually, in my opinion, go for. Anyone? Sorry.
Just to point out, we should Cabinet agree the recommendations that the Mayor has agreed to accept this report from Colin because of the urgency to progress with the works.
Rose?
Yes, Leader, just to, as the Ward Councillor that incorporates Town Centre, my congratulations to Mr. Hamby for his hard work and commitment to improving our town centre as it is now.
Well, that's one of the problems that people look at it an amount of money for a businessman, when in actual fact, we're looking at it as a mountain and wanted to actually help High Street to become a better High Street, which is what's happening, and people are going back to the High Street for what's been put in there, and most of it's been done by mistake. Any further? Yes.
Just one procedural matter, Chair. As David Byrne said, the Mayor has exempted this matter from calling. If you are to agree the recommendation, we will need a resolution from Cabinet that it's agreed that the decision is urgent and therefore isn't subject to calling. So it's, the Mayor has exempted it, but also the decision maker of the Cabinet needs to agree that it's urgent as well and not subject to calling.
So we'll need another, we'll need
A
a
resolution.
seat down there that actually does that.
Yes.
Right, okay. Anybody wants to raise any other points on that, or is everybody happy with the recommendations that are down? And then we have to include another one. Are you going to put that together, which covers what we have to do?
He's basically just saying that the decision's not subject to calling, but I'll put the wording together.
Does everybody agree with that? There's an A, a B, and a C now. Approve the financial support towards the regeneration of other High Street buildings as detailed in option 2 of the report, being the provision of a capital loan facility of up to 300,000 and the payment of a capital grant of 190,000, and B, delegate responsibility for drawing up the financial agreement on appropriate terms and conditions to the Director of Financial Services and responsible legal officer, and C, that as a matter of urgency, this is not so cannot be called in. Okay, is everyone in agreement with those three? And they'll word that correctly. Everyone in agreement? Thank you very much for that.